गोपेन्द्र गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वंशाकल्पतरोर्वस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So we are reading from Krishna Consciousness, the topmost yoga system by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Also continuing the chapter, second chapter, Yoga and the Master of Yoga. So before going to the second chapter, let me ask just one question. Just question. So let me ask just one point you have remembered from last session. Just one point. Jai Prakash Prabhu. Please unmute yourself and say only one point, and then Umesh Prabhu.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु।
Hare Krishna.
प्रभु जी आमे जानथिले क्लास रे कि फाइव हमर डिवोशनल सर्विस जो डायरेक्ट अटैचमेंट विथ कृष्णा रहला पांचटा थिला। शांत रस, दास्य रस, साक्ष्य रस, वात्सल्य रस, माधुर्य रस।
Perfect. Umesh Prabhu, please share just one point.
हमें जानते कि there are three things: yoga, yogi, and the object जाको हमें ध्यान करंती जे कि स्वयं कृष्ण। योगा होची गोटे सिस्टम ऑफ कनेक्टिंग we minute souls to the super soul, and yogi होची जे कि practice करे yoga, and the object is the goal, which is Krishna himself.
Okay, thank you. So before going to this book, second chapter, let me list out this 12 attachment, or let's say 12 rasa. So I just got it from Srimad Bhagavatam. It is mentioned. You may note this thing. Okay. First one is Raudra. It is Nodia. First one is Raudra. Then Adbhutara. Okay. Simultaneously, I will speak in English also, so that it will be easy to remember. Just 1 minute. Give me this 1 minute. 12 rasa, that is, out of which 5 rasas are prominent, and 7 rasa, they are not that much prominent. And the prominent rasa is called Mukhya rasa, and other 7 rasa are called Gauna rasa. So it's not, these are first one is Raudra. Raudra means anger. Then second is Adbhuta. Adbhuta means wonder, Ashcharya, wonder. And third is Sringar. Sringar means conjugal rasa. Then Hasya. Hasya means comedy. This is fourth. Then fifth is Bira. Bira means rivalry. Rivalry means Saurya. Saurya. Then sixth is Daya, means mercy. Seven is Dasya, servitorship. Eight is Saksha. Saksha means fraternity or friendship. And nine is Bhayankara. Bhayanak. Bhayanak means horror. Then 10 is Vivasya. Vivasya means shock. Then 11 is Santa, means neutrality. Then 12 is Vatshalya, parenthood. So out of this 12, Dasya, Saksha, Santa, Dasya, Saksha, Vatshalya, and Madhurya. Madhurya means Shringar. These 5 are called Mukhya Rasa, and other 7 are called Gauna Rasa. Okay. Hope all have noted. So these are the 12 rasa by which a living entity is connected to the Supreme Lord. Okay. So now we'll move forward. We are reading in second chapter, Yoga and Master of Yoga. Yes, the concept of accepting God as a son is superior to the concept of accepting God as a father. Okay, there is a distinction. The relationship between father and son is that the son wants to take something from the father. The father's relationship with the son is that the father always wants to give something to the son. Therefore, the relationship with God or Krishna as son is better than the relationship with Krishna by one who thinks, if I accept God as my father, then my business will be to ask for my necessities from the father. But if I become the father of Krishna, then from the very beginning of his childhood, my business will be to serve him. The father is the parent of the child from the very beginning of the birth. Therefore, the concept of this relationship of Vasudeva and Devaki is sublime. Okay. So in this paragraph, I will just add something. My Prabhupada one time said that in foreign, when there is scarcity of food, all the people they go and um, stood before this church and said, "Oh Lord Heaven, please give us our daily bread." Okay. Here Yashoda Mai in the Vrindavan, she very sometimes forcefully or sometimes very affectionately feed her child, little Krishna, very makhan, mishri, everything. Okay. So Prabhupada is mentioning here we are asking from Krishna for our daily sustenance, but Mother Yashoda, she is feeding Krishna. Okay. Little Krishna is being sustained by Mother Yashoda. So Prabhupada is mentioning which position is better. Sometime Prabhupada asked to his foreign disciple, who is God? Sudamai, she is God, or Krishna, she is God. Okay, so that is very a comical question Prabhupada asked to his students. Okay. So here Prabhupada is mentioning the parenthood that is more uh, prominent or more greater than asking anything from the Lord. Okay. So next paragraph, Krishna's foster mother Yashoda is thinking, if I do not feed Krishna sumptuously, he will die. Haribol. So Prabhupada is mentioning here that Yashoda Mai is thinking, if I won't feed Krishna fully, then he will die. She forget that Krishna is the supreme Lord, that he is sustaining the three worlds. She forget that only one Lord is supplying the necessities of all the living entities. In scripture, there is a very beautiful verse. Nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam eko bhavanam yudadati kaman. Nityo nityanam, one living entity who is supplying the necessities of all other living entity. Okay. So, but Yashoda Maya, she just forgets everything. Every greatness of the Supreme Lord is being forgotten by Yashoda Maya so that she can affectionately love her child as a normal child. Okay. The same personality of Godhead has become the son of Yashoda, and she is thinking, if I do not feed him nicely, he will die. This is love. So in this material world, we are we are ignoring Krishna out of our atheistic sentiment, or we do not accept Krishna, we do not accept God. But in Vrindavan, Yashodamai and other elderly gopis, they do not accept Krishna as God. That is out of their excessive love for Krishna. Here we do not accept God out of our ignorance or out of our stubbornness not to accept Krishna, but there in Vrindavan they do not accept Krishna out of excessive love that Krishna is God. Okay, so she has forgotten that it is the supreme light of Godhead who has appeared before her as a little child. So in this paragraph, Prabhupada is mentioning how Yashoda Mai lovingly or affectionately feed her child. The next paragraph, this relationship of the attachment is very sublime. Sublime means very much subtle and it is spiritual. Anything that is subtle means sukma, and spiritual, that is called sublime. So this relationship is sublime and simultaneously it is spiritual. It's not to be imitated by us. It requires time to understand. Prabhupada just mentioned it requires time to understand that there is a position where instead of asking from God, oh God, please give us our daily bread, you can instead think that God will die if you do not supply bread to him. It's the ecstasy of extreme love. Okay. There is such a relationship between Krishna and his devotee, Radharani, the greatest devotee, the greatest lover of Krishna. Mother Yashoda is his lover as a parent. Sudama is his lover as a friend. Arjuna also as a friend. There are millions and billions of different kinds of direct devotees of Krishna. Okay. So in five types of rasa, so many millions and trillions of devotees are present before Krishna to serve him. Okay. So Prabhupada is mentioning all are specific, and also we as living entity, individual living entity, we are also connected to Krishna with some specific relationship sometime, but that's not to be imitated directly. Prabhupada mentioned it requires time to understand in which rasa or in which taste of relationship we are connected to Krishna. Some may have some parental affection towards Krishna, Supreme God. Sometimes one has some conjugal relationship with the Lord. Some may think that Krishna is my best friend. Okay. Krudam sarvabhutanam yantamam santirichyati. Krishna is our best friend. So in five rasa, different people or different devotees they are connected to Krishna. But that never to be imitated out of some sentiment from towards Krishna, out of the emotional background towards Krishna. But rather, if one follow the specific rules and regulation of Vaidhi Bhakti or Sadhana Bhakti, that specific taste of relationship will be manifested over the time. Okay. Next paragraph we'll read. So Prabhupada in this by three paragraph, Prabhupada mentioning how Yasodamai or how Nanda Maharaj, Nanda Yashoda or Devaki Vasudev or other devotees, they are related to Krishna in different rasas. And Prabhupada very clearly, prominently mentioned that asking from God is not that much recommendable instead of giving to God. Okay, if we'll offer something to Krishna, then that position is much pleasurable for Krishna even than asking anything from God. Okay, next paragraph. So the yoga system as described here lead to Bhakti Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga can be practiced by a person who have developed attachment to Krishna. Okay, who can practice Bhakti Yoga? Anyone who has developed love and attachment towards Krishna, he can practice Bhakti Yoga. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santaha Sadeva Hrideshu Vilokayanti Jangsham Sundaram Achintya Gunasarupam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamam Vajami. So, who has developed or who has smeared the ointment of love, she or he can fall in love with, not fall, sorry, it is we can rise in love with Krishna. Okay. So that is Bhakti Yoga. Who has developed attachment to Krishna, he can practice this Bhakti Yoga. Others cannot practice it. Okay, and if anyone is able to develop that attachment, the relationship will be that you will understand Krishna, with God perfectly. Okay, who can understand God? Who has developed attachment to Krishna? Only he can understand God. However, we may try to understand God by our different theories and speculation. It is still a difficult job. We cannot understand God by so many theories or so many speculative ideas, by some mental concoction. We cannot understand Krishna. Okay. Then we may say that we have understood God, but it is not possible to understand Him as He is, because we have limited senses and He is unlimited. So by limited senses, by possessing limited senses, we can understand something which is unlimited. By possessing something material, resources, we cannot understand the spiritual aspect of anything. That's why Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, Bhagavad Gita, it is mentioned. जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम एवं योगेति तत्त्वतः त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नैति मामेति. So Arjuna, who can understand the appearance and activities of the Supreme Lord Krishna as he is, means in truth, then that person does not require to again come again and again in this material world. There is no reincarnation for that soul. That's why Prabhupada is mentioning that person must attain the divinity of, can understand the divinity of appearance and activities. So anyone who has limited senses, whose senses are not being purified by the process of yoga, he cannot understand Krishna. Okay. Last paragraph we will read and conclude. It is said that in the Srimad Bhagavatam that our senses are imperfect, all of them. We cannot understand even the material world perfectly. In this world, we cannot understand everything perfectly. You have seen so many planets and stars at night, okay, but you do not know what they are. You do not even know what the moon planet is. Though men have been trying for trying for so many years to go there in Sputnik. Even this one planet Earth, we do not know what varieties there are even on this planet. If you go to the sea, to the sky, your perception is limited. Our knowledge is therefore always imperfect. So by imperfect senses, whatever knowledge we have acquired, we get imperfect knowledge. On that we must agree. If we foolishly think we have acquired all forms of knowledge, we have an advance in science, this is another foolishness. It's not possible. The Prabhupada is mentioning. So, by our physical senses, our mental senses, which is material, okay, we cannot have even access to this material world completely. What to speak of spiritual world? Okay, so in 4 paragraphs, let me summarize one point from everything. So in first paragraph, we have seen that Prabhupada is mentioning that the father and son relationship is much better or much greater than asking anything from Supreme Lord. Sometimes father is always in parental affection for the child, but child, when he is in need of father, then he will ask. Otherwise, he won't ask. Then second, how Mother Yashoda, she want to feed Krishna and thinks that if I won't feed Krishna sumptuously, then Krishna will die. Instead, but who is that Krishna? Nityo Nityanam, Chaitanya Chaitanya. That means that person who is supplying the need of everybody. And Yasodama is thinking that see he will die if I won't feed sumptuously. That means it is only out of excessive love for Krishna. And other devotees like Arjuna, Arjuna, Yashodamai, and Sudama, and Radharani, they all are different devotees. They are attached to Krishna in different rasa. In that five prominent mukhya rasa, they are attached to Krishna. They are serving Krishna. They are a direct devotee of Krishna. And in next paragraph, we have said that by our mental speculation or different theories, we cannot understand Krishna because our senses are limited and material. We cannot have access to unlimited and spiritual. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned that even we cannot have access of everything in this material world, but to speak of spiritual world. But that person is a foolish person who just think that he has acquired everything. He is much advanced in science and technology. Okay, that Prabhupada, that is not possible. Okay. So hope everyone have some idea of this teachings of this small book. If anyone has any question or any comments or any remark or anything want to say? Umesh Prabhu?
Thank you, bros.
Okay. Jayaprakash Prabhu, do you have any question or need some further explanation?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. No Prabhuji.
Hare- Okay. So let us conclude here. Tomorrow. Okay. पंचाकल्पतरुर्वश्य कृपा सिन्धुमेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय जगत श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय गौर प्रेमानंद हरि हरे कृष्ण।